Chapter 16. Exploring the deep underground of the ruins does nothing for my pain. My hand hurts more now than before. The bandages are soaked from the water. I keep dripping more on it, yet it doesn't seem to help. Every movement I make seems to bring back the memory of the fire in the painting, the evil energy lurking in the depths of Iglesian's ruins. More so, I feel irritated from the buzzing sound about the air. I can't place it. The light around me feels unnatural. Despite the awkward flickering light, I'm amazed at the destruction everywhere. Entering into a helpless mess, the courtyard Bronin spoke of was an understatement. Large statues once standing tall lie in ruins, scattered about the ground. Some of them lie on their sides. Mythical beasts, creatures with great furry manes or skin made of serpentine scales. Some I have seen, some I have not. Pots and urns line the walls. They too are subject to the wreckage. Pillars broken off at their bases lie among the rubble of the destroyed walls. Odd metal structures stand erect between the ruins of large boulders. Some of them bent. They flash and buzz, flickering on and off, but unlike actual candles. Electricity. I've seen such ingenuity before. Lampposts in Sunstone, the capital. It is no surprise the Count had procured these. He was a collector of artifacts, expensive ones too. Lampposts would be a sure boast in conversation piece. Sparks ignite from the few broken fixtures, most of the gas, if not all, having escaped its pressurized chambers. The light is bright and I try not to look directly at it. Everything in the chamber is enormous, making it difficult to climb over the material of fallen candelabras and furniture. Ahead, I notice a tree crushed by a stone hand railing, a fountain spraying water horizontally, vines and weeds creeping through the broken drainage grates. In some places, rose stems litter the soft dirt. I remember when I brought Diana white roses, told her they symbolize our purity, and she laughed. "We are anything but pure, Tenor." Her voice is so vivid in my mind. My stomach churns as I grip my wrist. The pain is returning to my hand. Without realization, I kick something on the ground. A thick book with its pages flipped open. Inside, a flattened rosebud, red as blood, lies wedged in the fold of the binding, perfectly intact. I pick it up and sniff its lingering floral scent. There's no telling how long it has been here, but something strange about it has me perplexed. I knew Iglesian collected books, but books such as these? Sagas of romance, a collection. The dramatis endeavors of Arya. Such love-tainted stories. What interest in love did Iglesian ever have? I cast the book aside and noticed more dried rose stems. A trail of them snaking through the chairs and under rubble until finally lead to a withered rose bush, made to look like a person. It lies on its side with roots exposed, revealing bones that long ago were buried underneath it. A graveyard, perhaps? I look up into the black air above, wondering how far the castle stood erect from this very spot. How many souls were tortured and condemned to die? In every direction more bushes stand, each of them headless in their own way, thorny and grotesque, crushed by bookcases and fallen stone. This place is devastating, and as I walk through it all, the trail soon becomes nearly impassable. Using a large rock as a step, I help Bronin over the fallen wreckage of a bookcase. "Don't use the shelves as support," I say. But as the words come out, Bronin's boot crashes through the first of the shelves. Wood snaps and splinters, sending moth-eaten books pouring onto the floor. Damn it to hell, curses Bronin, kicking off broken wood pieces. I am stunned. I never heard Bronin curse before. I see the anger in his face and his eyebrows wrinkle with frustration. Seems I am not the only one the castle is affecting. Gripping his arm with both hands, I assist in pulling him to his feet, and he clears the bookshelf. Turning around, a breeze blows up my back, and I know there is an opening somewhere off in the distance. There has to be a way out, unless the castle came to life again and changed its walls. Watch your step, I call out to Bronin, as I hear him struggling with the wreckage. I leap from overturned bookshelves onto loose stones, moving far ahead of him. He can manage on his own. Coming to rest beside a lamppost spared from the castle's implosion, I find the metal is warm, channeled with electricity from the aqueducts far below. The buzzing is strong and my hand vibrates. The high-pressure sodium churns in its glass prison above me, its yellow glow dimming and brightening. Somewhere in the distance, I hear the deep bell of a clock, signifying some deranged hour. There are no windows to view the outside. Time is lost to me. Whether it is day or night, as long as I can breathe, I will search for Dorian. Through the darkness, beyond the yellow light of my torch, I see silver light. The breeze I felt earlier has grown stronger and chills the sweat under my proofing. Following the light, I come to a massive archway, higher than I can see. On either side, gargoyles made of dark gray stone squat by the entrance like sentinels. Long fangs extend from their open mouths like dragons' teeth. Each of their hands clutches a skull of the same stony caliber. Moving closer, I watch their empty eyes, waiting for them to follow me. But they never do. Still, the gargoyles seem so real. I cannot take my eyes off them as I pass by, holding the bawaka before me in case they might strike. The archway, riddled with cobwebs, is disturbed through its center, proving someone passed through here recently. A loose stone sends me stumbling into a large room bathed in silver light. Large paintings hang along the walls. Balcony after balcony extends upward to reveal floors that once existed. A gold and silver embroidered chandelier hangs from the pinnacle of the ceiling, swaying gently from the whistling of the wind. Spiderwebs droop from it like white sheets. Cautiously, I move through the foyer, the grand entryway where Iglesian received his guests. I remember it well, hundreds of candles lighting the night inside the castle, its condition always immaculate despite the absence of servants. I come to stand before the great double doors at the castle entrance. There are steps leading down to the driveway. The night is alive. Trees thrash about from unseen forces. The tall grasses bristle with ferocity. The howling is so loud I'm not sure if it's wind passing through branches or Wilderman crying at the moon. The door is open enough for a person to pass through, however, and so I use the weight of my body to push it shut. On impact, large pane windows high above rattle, sending fragments of glass showering down around me. It is very quiet in the foyer with the wind suppressed. The familiar buzz of electric lamp fizzles from an overhead globe, the color of milky brown. Moths peck at it ominously with no direction, confused from the artificial light. There are more like it, but none of them work. They are cracked from fallen debris. It's a surprise this one works at all. Long candelabras lie on their sides, scraped from rolling around on the floor. Rats scurry through the crushed candle wax, trailing bits of white dust throughout the foyer. I watch one scampering away from the rest as my eyes settle on a contraption at the far end of the room. Set between two enormous staircases, Brass tubes rise from a wooden frame, bent and frayed at the ends. The organ reminds me of the one at Albiston Church, the one Bronin played, the one Nestor was supposed to be playing before he died. I approach it cautiously, as if the construct were alive. I'm not sure why I hold my hand out to it. Maybe to feel something, energy perhaps, but I sense nothing except the dull, stale air of the room. The breeze is gone and warmth is finally returning to me. Moving closer, I see that some of the keys are missing and the stool used for sitting is gone. Like the rest of the room, the organ is coated with ghostly cobwebs. Tiny spiders creep their way about the manuals, disappearing in and out of cracks spreading from the stops. I remember the keys playing by themselves from my previous visit, some trick of a Galician's. Now they remain motionless, caked in dust. Bronin appears next to me, eyeing the instrument as I do. His hand runs along the frame of the wooden box, leaving trails in the thick dust. His face is solemn. Maybe he is thinking of Nestor, the boy who was coming of age. Nestor was his prodigy, the son he would never have, and the next in line to master the duties of the head priest. Bronin was to move up the ranks, become part of the high order, one of the Archbishop Feridon's confidants. But all that has changed now. Bronin's hand suddenly falls to the keys on one of the manuals, and a horrific blast of air issues from the pipes. The sound resonates through the room, and everything around me vibrates. Glass falls from the windows, crystals tinkle from the chandelier, and then there is a sudden burst from behind the organ. A cloud of dust emanates as a swarm of bats pour from the underbelly of the contraption. Grabbing Bronin, I force him down to the ground as the bats frenzy about the chamber, shrieking and flapping their wings, causing the pressure in my veins to escalate. "Cover yourself!" I shout, hoping Bronin hears me through the chaos. Before I am able to do the same, the bats, in sync, swoop into a circle past my face and exit the foyer through a missing window. They disappear just as quickly as they appear. I feel the heart in my chest thumping against the floor, and my hand burns with pain. I need more water to soak the bandage. Bronin is breathing fast next to me. For a moment, I think he might be dying, but as I sit up, I see him clutching his chest, trying to calm his breathing. I cannot stop the frustration I feel at the moment. What were you thinking? Everything in the castle knows we're here now. I watch Bronin's eyeballs twitch in all directions. I give him a good shake despite my blistering hand. Wake up! Bronin looks into my eyes. Lord Wolfgang. I'm sorry, he whispers. Why did you do that? My words are harsh despite the terror on his face. I'm not sure. I felt compelled to touch it. We are searching for Joachim, I say, squeezing my fists with every passing moment, and now he will know we're here. A scream echoes down the stairwell. My heart stops. Up in an instant, I dash for the stairs. There is a bright light coming from the top. Each step is an effort as I climb over broken stones. Collapsed walls have dashed away parts of the stairs. I leap over gaping holes and missing ledges, all the while my mind racing. I cannot squeeze the bawaka any tighter in my hand. Thoughts and images flood my mind. All that I will do to Joachim when I see him. Nearing the summit, I pause, hearing another wretched scream. This time, a voice follows. Please, I beg you, don't. The voice chokes. A second voice follows, high in pitch yet ragged and full of rasp. And so the king, thinking it was owed to him, he, a man of great standard and stock, took what was precious from the little girl. The words make me uncomfortable, and I slow my advance. Neither voice is Joachim's or Dorian's. Please, don't, the first voice asks, weaker this time. I hear the sound of liquid spilling onto the floor. "He took everything from the little girl," continues the second voice, "because he could. It's what kings do. Take things. Wouldn't you agree?" There is more choking, followed by a moan. "I think so," the second voice replies to itself. "And do you know what the king did next?" Looking back, I see Bronin making his way toward me. My finger goes to my lips. "He made good use of the blood between her legs."